Once upon a time, in a little village in Nigeria, there were these strange beings called masquerades. They were like magical creatures that only appeared at the certain time of the year, like when the leaves turned gold in autumn or when the first rains of the year fell. Nobody really knew who these masquerades were. They wore these big colorful masks that covered their faces, making them look mysterious and a little bit scary too. Now, in this village, there was a rule that everyone followed. When the masquerades came out to play, no one, absolutely no one was allowed outside after 9 p.m. It was like the rule written in stone, and no one ever dared to break it. Why? Because if you were caught outside after 9 p.m. during masquerade time, well, let's just say it wasn't a good idea. People whispered that those who broke the rules might disappear and never be seen again. But one brave boy named Kola couldn't help but wonder about these masquerades. He was a curious kid, always asking questions and wanting to know more about the world around him. So one day, he decided to ask his mom about the mysterious masquerades. "Mom," Kola said, as she washed the dishes in the kitchen, "what's the deal with those masquerades? Why do we have to stay inside when they come out?" His mom stopped what she was doing and looked down at him with a serious expression. "Kola," she said, her voice soft and firm, "the masquerades are special beings. Nobody knows what's behind those masks. And when they come out to dance and play, it's best for us to stay inside and keep safe. Understand?" Kola nodded, but his mind was buzzing with questions. What were these masquerades really? Why were they so mysterious? And what happened to the people who dared to disobey their rule? As the sun set and darkness crept over the village, Kola couldn't shake off his curiosity about the masquerades. He lay in bed, staring at the roof, wondering about the secrets that lay behind those colorful masks. And though his mom had warned him to stay inside during masquerade time, Kola couldn't help but feel a tug in his heart, urging him to uncover the truth about the masquerades. Kola wasn't just an ordinary kid. He was the kind of boy who loved adventures, the kind who would climb trees and swing from branch to branch with the skill of a circus acrobat. And when it came to curiosity, Kola had it in shades. One day, during the time when the masquerades were out and about, Kola's curiosity got the best of him. He couldn't shake off the feeling that he just had to know more about these strange beings that roamed the village streets after dark. So with a determination that burned like a flame inside him, Kola made up his mind. He was going to stay awake and see the masquerades for himself. As the night fell and the sky turned from black to blue, Kola waited until his parents were fast asleep before he made his move. With the stealth of a ninja, he slipped out of bed, careful not to make a sound, and tiptoed out of the house. Outside, the village was quiet, the air thick with the smell of smoke from cooking fires and the sound of crickets in the darkness. Kola felt a thrill of excitement coursing through his vein as he made his way to the village square where the masquerades were known to appear. As he approached the square, Kola's heart raced with anticipation. Would he really see the masquerades up close? Would he finally uncover the truth behind these mysterious masks? When he reached the square, Kola hid behind a big tree and peeked out from behind its trunk. And there, in the light of a big bonfire, he saw them, the masquerades, dancing and twirling around in circles, the colorful masks glowing in the fire. Kola's eyes widened with wonder as he watched the masquerades move with grace and precision. their movements synchronized like a well-oiled machine. But as he continued to watch, he noticed something else too, that the masquerades weren't just dancing for fun, they were also patrolling the streets, keeping a lookout for anyone who dared to disobey their rule. Kola's heart skipped a beat as he realized the danger he was in. If the masquerades caught him outside after dark, who knows what would happen to him? But despite the fear gnawing at his inside, Kola couldn't tear his eyes away from the mesmerizing sight before him. And so, hidden in the shadow of the night, Kola watched as the masquerades danced on. Their mysterious masks were hiding their true identity from prying eyes. After watching the masquerades dance for a long while, Kola got really tired and fell asleep where he was hiding. When he woke up, he saw that the masquerades were gone and the fire was dying out. He felt a bit scared and looked around. Then he climbed a tall tree and saw the masquerades heading back to their base. So he followed them from a distance. But then something surprising happened. Kola saw something he didn't expect. Something that shocked him a lot. As Kola watched from the top of the tree, his eyes widened in disbelief. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. The masquerades, those mysterious figures that everyone in the village feared, were taking off their masks. With a sense of wonder mixed with fear, Kola watched as the masquerades peeled off their colorful masks, revealing the faces underneath. And to his astonishment, those faces were familiar. Kola's heart pounded in his chest as he realized the truth. The masquerades weren't some outwardly beings or magical creatures. They were just regular people like his neighbors and friends who had been taken away by the masquerades and forced to wear masks and dance in the streets. But before Kola could fully process what he had seen, disaster struck. He accidentally broke a branch and the loud snap echoed through the night air. One of the masquerades heard the noise and turned in Kola's direction, their eyes narrowed in suspicion. With a surge of adrenaline, Kola knew he had to get out of there and fast. He quietly got down from the tree and dashed back towards the safety of his home, his heart pounding in his ears with every step he took. Behind him, he could hear the sound of the masquerades giving a chase, their footsteps echoing ominously in the darkness. But Kola was determined. He ran faster than he could ever run, his legs pumping and his breath coming in ragged gasps. Finally, he reached the safety of his front door and flung it open, stumbling inside and slamming it shut behind him. As he burst through the front door, his parents rushed to his side, their faces mixed with relief and worry. "Kola, where have you been?" his dad exclaimed, his voice filled with concern. "I was so scared," his mom added, wrapping him with a tight embrace. But as Kola caught his breath, he steadied himself. He knew he had to tell them what he had seen. So, with a shaky voice, he recounted his adventure to his parents, telling them about the masquerades and their secret base deep in the forest. As Kola spoke, his parents listened intently, their expression growing more and more serious with each passing moment. When he finished, there was a long silence as his parents exchanged worried glances. "This is serious, Kola," his mom finally said, her voice grave. "We can't let anyone know about this. It's too dangerous." Kola nodded in agreement, understanding the gravity of the situation. If the villagers were to find out the truth about the masquerades, who knows what might happen? It could lead to chaos and danger for everyone in the village. And so, with heavy hearts, Kola and his parents made a pact to keep the secrets to themselves, to never utter a word of what he had seen to anyone else. It was a burden to bear, knowing the truth while everyone else remained in the dark, but it was a burden they had to carry. As time passed, Kola never forgot about the masquerades and the secrets they hid behind their masks. It weighed on his mind like a stone, a constant reminder of the danger that lurks just beyond the edges of the village. But despite the fear and uncertainty that lingered in the air, life in the village went on as usual. The villagers went about their daily routines, unaware of the truth that lay hidden in the shadows. And as time passed, Kola found himself growing more and more distant from his friends and neighbors. It was hard to look at them the same way, knowing what he knew, knowing that any one of them could be a masquerade in disguise. But despite the distance that had grown between them, Kola still held on to hope that one day the truth about the masquerade would come to light and justice would be served. Until then, he would continue to carry the secrets with him like a heavy weight on his shoulder. So, do you think Kola and his parents made the right decision? The decision of not telling the people about the secrets of the masquerades? What do you think? Please leave your answers in the comment section, and do well to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell because we have lots of stories for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. Do enjoy and have a wonderful day.